My name is Jacyn Gallagher, and I have lived in Idaho for 2 years, almost to the day. And I am running for House Representatives, District 9, Seat A. And I am running for office because I retired 2 years ago, and I started going to the Capitol at least once a week and watching the legislature and kind of being a watchdog and seeing what was happening in Boise, learning about the process, how bills become laws, how things get repealed or added or amendments done, watching the whole process, and then sitting in committees, giving testimony to bills, and then sitting in on the House floor and watching the votes. And I became, as I got more and more involved in the process here, I became more awakened to what seems to be, in my mind, a problem. It seems like there are a lot of legislators that do not understand the peril that we are in, like Colorado got flipped blue. And I feel like we are a conservative state being led by a blue legislature. So I watched my legislator vote. So we have basically what I would consider two moderate, I hate to use the term rhino because it just seems so overused, but we have two rhinos and then we have one conservative in my district. And the person that is in my position that I'm running for currently has voted. This is just some of the bills that I printed out where he voted in opposition to Judy Boyle, who is a conservative representative. And I feel like somebody needed to run against him. I just don't think there are certain legislators that understand the severity of what's happening here. And I see what's happening here is dangerously headed to what we came from. And I just, again, I can't stress enough that I feel there are, and my opponent does not understand the urgency of the peril that this state is in. The greatest issue that Idaho faces today is the lack of concern for how the legislature is running the trajectory that this state is on, the path that it's going down. We don't have to become a blue state if we have a blue government, if we have a blue system. There's a lot of purple legislators that I'm not sure. I'm really having a hard time figuring out why they vote the way they vote. I don't know whether it's money, big pharma, big business that is funding these votes. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I think some of it is ignorance. I feel like there are some people that they're just ignorant of the peril, the impending peril, if we keep going down this way. So I think the biggest issue is keeping Idaho red. So the experience that I have is that I'm a patriot. I am a Christian conservative woman. I just live on a small little 5-acre farm, not quite 5 acres. And I'm just one of the people. I want to represent the people in my area that I feel are not being represented currently. I think that we need to have just regular people. I think sometimes the legislators get in there and they got in with good intentions, but I don't know if they just become complacent. But my experience, so I've been a precinct committee person, so I've been involved with the Republican Party for many years. But at this level, but I always worked full-time before. So like I said, I was retired in 2020, and now that gives me more time to devote to this, learning, really getting a good handle on the Constitution, both the US and the Idaho Constitution, the Republican platform, which I have already signed on to. My opponent did not last session. I'm sure they will now because they've been under pressure to do that this time. But why wouldn't you do that before? If you're a Republican, why wouldn't you sign on to the Republican platform? I mean, it's a great platform, and I think it needs to be upheld, and I will do that. So that's important. And so my experience with the Republican Party shows my alliance to them and my experience with that. Proper role of the federal government is to protect the citizens, to give us a military, to protect us from foreign and domestic terrorism. We need to maintain our state sovereignty. So the less federal involvement in the state here, the better. I think the biggest thing, I'm a Christian conservative woman, married to a Navy veteran. I have 2 kids, 2 adult kids. And I care about this country. I care about this state. I care about the direction it's heading. I am adopted. So I have strong pro-life ties. I don't want to see any abortion. Life begins at conception, and that's period, end of sentence. That's it. We need to get rid of abortions, period. And I just put my pants on every day like everybody else. I'm just one of the people. I'm not a politician. I don't plan on being a politician. I don't plan on any higher office. I don't have any goals to become anything more than just a representative of the people. Ultimately, maybe 2 terms. And then hopefully I could hand it off to teach somebody else and hand it off to them. And yeah, don't have these long-term, this isn't a career. It's not a career for me. I just feel the necessity to represent the people right now as a conservative.